Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the very first edition of the John Gale program, streaming on Facebook Live and on YouTube.com. You can follow real easy online by just searching for us on the Facebook page, the John Gale program, or else you can check us out online also on YouTube for the John Gale program. That is our channel. We would love for you to like, follow, and subscribe right now. If you would just hit that share button, and you can stream to your own live page right now. We would greatly appreciate it. I just want to take a minute to share a little bit about what to expect from the program tonight. We'd like to just talk a little bit and comment about what we want to do. Right now, I'm just going to change my HD setting to a lower setting so I can get that's better. That's much better. Much better. All right. As you tune in, make sure you comment below. Let us know where you're watching from. We would love to interact with you on the show tonight. Anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit about sort of my background, what we would like to see, what we would like, what we would dislike. You can comment anytime and let us know how you feel about it. I want to be really encouraging with this program and yet challenge each of us as we live life in kind of this new normal since the pandemic. And right up front, I just want to share, I'm a conservative Christian. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, for it is the power of God that brings salvation unto men. I've been a pastor for 23 years. I've performed weddings and funerals. I've counseled many people, taught and preached in the pulpit. I was a worship leader, sang specials and solos. I led worship groups and choirs for a couple of decades. And not only have I worked in ministry, but I've been in radio broadcasting as well. I've done morning shows and afternoon drives on different types of formats on radio stations here in the state of Ohio. I was the regional manager for the EMF networks K-Love and Air One. I promoted, emceed Christian concerts. I've recorded and produced radio and TV commercials, audiobooks, jingles, character voices for video games and animation. I've narrated audiobooks. I've done a lot. And I guess you could call me, that's the creative type, the creative mindset, yet I'm pretty much an introvert, believe it or not. And although I can come across crazy on the radio or on a live video stream, I'm actually really kind of a quiet, private person that enjoys just being alone or with my family. So that kind of gives you a little insight as to who I am and my background. And really over the next couple of minutes, I want to share some about the crazy current events and the news that's going on really in our country right now and around the world, and give it a little bit of a John Gale spin on it. And we've got funny memes and more, so we're going to get started off with something that I like to call the good word of the day. And today's good word of the day comes from the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. What a great scripture from Proverbs today. You know, the definition of acknowledge here, what that means to accept or admit the existence or truth of. The existence or truth of God. In all your ways, accept and admit the existence or truth of God. Another definition would be to recognize the fact or importance or quality of something. So we're going to recognize the importance of God. And finally, to express or display gratitude for or appreciation of. So in all those ways, we acknowledge him. And when we do, he will direct our paths. That's today's good word of the day, a good word from Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Next up, we've made our own brand new intro, and I hope you're going to like it anyway. We call it now Busting at the Memes. Yeah, we're busting at the memes. Get it? We're busting at the seams, except now we're busting at the memes. Yeah, it's kind of hokey, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Love this first one for all of you Santa fans. If you want to save money at Christmas this year, now's the perfect time to tell the kids that Santa, he didn't make it through the pandemic. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, kids. Santa didn't make it. I like this. I'm not adding this year to my age. I did not use it. Don't you feel like you've just kind of dropped, March on through? It does sort of feel like that right now, doesn't it? It really does. Oh, this is kind of a little one that bites a bit. Some of y'all mad about wearing a mask at church, but you've been doing it for years. Oh, you know what? That might deserve? That might just deserve the short laugh of the day. Yeah, it just might. All right. And I've got more. Yeah, much, much more. Let's see what we got here next. I don't like that one. We'll skip that one. Church mask. Okay, let's move on. Oh, this one's hysterical. We've used this before, but I love it. If your nostrils look like this, you don't need an N95 mask. Time to clip those nose hairs, don't you think? They lock the bathrooms so we don't spread germs, then put the portable bathrooms in front of the locked bathrooms, but you can't wash your hands in those. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Hey, Bev, thanks for tuning in. We're just going over some funny memes. I like this. Gretchen invited the Chinese to give up using chopsticks to save trees. The Chinese have called on her and her friends to go back to school, where they will learn that chopsticks are made from bamboo, and bamboo is grass. The Chinese invited Greta and her friends not to wipe their butt with toilet paper because it's made from trees. Oh my goodness, if you have seen this one, Democrats, they're preparing for the mail-in voting. They've got mailboxes placed in all the local cemeteries there. Trying to figure out who is making these decisions. Walmart, it's safe to be at, as you can see the parking lot full, but it's not safe to go camping. Hey, Terry Shope, thanks for tuning in, brother. Glad you're with us tonight on the debut of the John Gale program. And let's see, what else do I got? I just love this one. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to do it for one more time for those of you who missed it. If you want to save money at Christmas, now's the perfect time to tell the kids that Santa didn't make it through the pandemic. And that's what we call busting at the memes. And we're going to get right to the news. Up next, it's what's trending now on the John Gale program. Well, Todd Starnes is reporting something quite interesting. Erie, Pennsylvania city workers must now ask for permission to vacation outside of city limits. Several city workers have sent the Todd Starnes show a copy of City Hall's new pandemic travel policy, and it's really mind-blowing. Under a declared state of emergency, the report says, the policy says, the city reserves the right to review and manage use of benefit times. Workers were told that they had to receive approval to vacation outside of city limits under threat of termination. Yeah, you heard that right. And we've got just a copy here of some of the text on this. You're not going to believe it. Here, look at this. When an employee submits a scheduled vacation request and has plans to travel outside of Erie County, he or she must read, sign, and submit this form to their supervisor, identifying the destination, the method of travel, and whether there are any scheduled layovers if traveling by plane, the request form reads. Yeah. Unbelievable. City leaders strongly recommend workers consider staycations. However, should they travel outside the city limits, the employee should make every effort to avoid stopping at restaurants, hotels, motels, campgrounds, or rest areas if possible. Let me see. How are you going to go to the bathroom as you're driving out of your area if you can't go to restrooms? Further on, the policy says this: pack food and water to take on the trip, the city ordered. Plan on sharing driving duties. If you must stop overnight, research your accommodations carefully. Don't stop on a whim without knowing the background of the facility. Failure to follow the procedure as outlined herein may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination pursuant to their respective collective bargaining agreement, the order read. I'm telling you what, do we live in the United States anymore? Are we truly free? Are we truly free? Or is this Russia all of a sudden? Are we living in communist China now that we have to report, if we're a city worker in Erie, Pennsylvania, to the government where we're going on vacation, where we're going to stop to go to the restroom on the way, and make sure that we don't ever leave the state? I mean, come on, people. This is America. Meanwhile, Fox News reports that Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, my favorite governor in all of the United States, acknowledged Tuesday that her husband dropped her name while requesting to get their boat in the water ahead of the Memorial Day weekend, though claimed her husband's comments were a failed attempt at humor. Whitmer's comments came after her office initially pushed back against the story, saying they're not going to make it a practice of addressing every rumor that is spread online. A Michigan GOP state senator also said her office had originally adamantly denied the claim that Whitmer's husband had tried to use her position to convince a dock company to quickly get their family's boat on the water amidst the coronavirus lockdowns. Whitmer, who recently confirmed she's been in talks with presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joseph Biden and his campaign about being chosen as his running mate, famously imposed one of the strictest lockdowns in the country, sparking frequent protests on their Capitol steps. Once more, she told people not living in northern Michigan, the only region in the state where the lockdown has been lifted, to stay away from vacation spots there during the holiday. But she's allowed to get her boat out a little extra early. And gosh darn, if I can just drop my name a little bit, the husband drops her name to get her in the water a little early. Let's watch it in her own words.
My husband made a failed attempt at humor last week when checking in with the small business that helps with our boat and dock up north.
Failed attempt at humor.
Knowing it wouldn't make a difference, he jokingly asked if being married to me might move him up in the queue.
Jokingly.
Obviously, with the motorized boating prohibition in our early days of COVID-19, he thought it might get a laugh. It didn't. And to be honest, I wasn't laughing either when it was relayed to me.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't laughing when it was related to me. I bet you when she goes home, her husband has something a little different to say to her about all that. But she's got a safe face. No, she can't be looked upon as someone that gets privileged because she's the governor when she's telling everyone else in the state of Michigan that they can't travel across the street to visit their neighbors. I mean, come on, people. Another crazy, power-driven control freak of a governor in Michigan. Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Wow. And on the other end of the spectrum, take a look at this. The St. Louis County Executive has issued a coronavirus travel advisory in response to viral images of crowds crammed into pools at the Lake of the Ozarks over the Memorial Day weekend, according to reports. I don't see many masks there. Nobody's practicing social distancing there in that pool. This reckless behavior endangers countless people and risks setting us back substantially from the progress we made in slowing the spread of COVID-19, County Executive Sam Page said on Monday. I encourage everyone to follow the Department of Public Health's advisory to determine a safe path forward in the workplace. The advisory urges those who went to the Lake of the Ozarks and flouted state coronavirus social distancing measures to self-quarantine for 14 days until they receive a negative test result for COVID-19. Wow. That's a big crowd there in that pool. I'll just tell you that much. That's for sure. He wants all of those folks to self-quarantine for 14 days. Hello, Anita. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Terry. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm glad you're watching the premiere of the John Gale program live here on Facebook tonight. We were going to do it again tomorrow evening right around 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, hopefully. You'll like it and you'll come back. Finally today, wow, I don't know if you've seen this yet, some freaky alien monster. It looks like something from, remember the Sigourney Weaver alien films, doesn't it? A rare whale with long spiked teeth washed up on a Southern California beach. According to Jim Serpa, a former Dehaney State beach supervisor who lives in San Clementine, California, he took this photograph and it was sent of a nearly 9-foot-long, fierce-looking creature, confirming his hunch that it was a pygmy sperm whale. Of course, I mean, I picked that out right away. Pygmy sperm whale. When I saw the big bulbous head, the tiny dorsal fin way back on its back, and the dagger teeth, I knew exactly what it was. It also has an odd blowhole that's farther up than any other whale. Kind of like Joe Biden. Slightly off center. Serpa told the Orange County Register as I walked up to it, I knew my ID from the first photo was correct. Pygmy sperm whale, a.k.a. Democratic nominee Joseph Biden. Make sure that you hit that like, share, give us a thumbs up, and follow us on Facebook Live. Follow our Facebook page, The John Gale Program, and check us out on YouTube by searching for The John Gale Program. You'll find us. You can hit that red subscribe button. It's a real simple thing to do, and we would love to have you come be a part of the fun. Finally, want to leave you again with this great meme. If you want to save money at Christmas, now's the perfect time to tell the kids Santa didn't make it through the pandemic. That's going to be it for today's edition of the John Gale Program. Thanks for tuning in. Glad that you were a part. And we'll see you tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Be safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.